corn here to my right is Roundup Ready corn, whereas the corn here on my left is actually a Enlist hybrid. So what's the difference between Roundup Ready corn and an Enlist hybrid? When we take a look at Roundup Ready corn, we have tolerance obviously to glyphosate or Roundup, and also depending upon what the insect package is, we also may have tolerance to herbicides like glufosinate, which will be Liberty or Interline. When we take a look at Enlist, Enlist has tolerance to glyphosate, glufosinate, again Liberty or Interline, as well as herbicides like Assure 2. We think of these as our ACC-ase herbicides or our Graminicides. And we're really being able to see that here in this plot, where that, again, the Roundup Ready corn here was sprayed with Assure 2, and you can see a high level of control of that corn, whereas the Enlist hybrid has excellent tolerance. I'd like to now move over and we're going to take a look at Assure 2 drift onto corn, and the reason that's really important for those in the Mid-South is Assure 2 is going to be comparable to Previsia herbicide. It's going to be quizalofop, and if you're spraying quizalofop around corn, there's potential for off-target movement onto, again, conventional corn or Roundup Ready corn, which can cause damage. Obviously, we're not going to see that damage if we have Enlist corn planted in the vicinity of a rice field. So come over and let's take a look. Okay, again, what we're looking at here is quizalofop drift onto corn, Previsia herbicide or Assure 2. This is a graminicide, an ACC-ase herbicide, and as we typically see with those, you can generally grab the whorl of the plant. You're going to notice that the node has decayed at this point, so the whorl easily is removed from the plant. You notice the purple symptomology, which is basically anthocyanin being produced in the plant, and what we're seeing here is actually drift of the Assure 2 herbicide onto Roundup Ready corn. And again, Roundup Ready corn is sensitive, whereas Enlist corn has excellent tolerance. We'll now take a look at some other herbicides and their sensitivity, or the corn sensitivity to those herbicides. What we're looking at here is we've got ryegrass in corn, and just showing that this is actually glyphosate resistant ryegrass, and it's very challenging to actually try to remove ryegrass from corn. What about tolerance to herbicides like clethodim or clethodim? Clethodim is going to be a herbicide such as Select Max or Arrow. Clethodim will be Post or the Post Plus type of products. We know that Roundup Ready corn is sensitive to these herbicides. Again, these would be ACC-ase herbicides. I have on the right hand side Roundup Ready corn that was sprayed with clethodim in this plot. We have some other plots that were sprayed with clethodim, and they look very similar. On the left hand side we have the Enlist hybrid that was also sprayed with clethodim. And I guess the point to make here is that Enlist corn is not tolerant to all ACC-ase herbicides. It's only tolerant to those that we generally refer to as the FOPs. Also, we need to be mindful that Enlist corn, we only have a label for the use of Assure 2 within that corn. So what we're looking at now on corn is post drift onto corn. That would be Post Plus or clethodim. And the corn that we're actually filming here is Roundup Ready corn that has experienced some actual drift from a post application. In a second we're going to move from here and we're going to look at Enlist corn, and we're going to see similar response to it. What I'm showing you now is Enlist corn, and just the point to make here is it's not tolerant to Post or Post Plus drift. The level of tolerance there, or the sensitivity to Post or Post Plus, is going to be comparable to that of Roundup Ready corn. I appreciate everyone tuning in today for our first episode of In the Weeds with Dr. Jason Norsworthy. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to give me a call or shoot me an email. Again, my email address is jnorswor@uark.edu. Again, I'd like to say thank you to the Arkansas Corn and Grain Sorghum Checkoff program that allows research like this to be conducted and for us to share information with you in a timely manner. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. We look forward to seeing you next week.